Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here with me again. Some of you may already know I live in Florida, and the temperature here has been progressively getting hotter and hotter each day. So it is the perfect time to start introducing some of my Australian species back into the outdoor aviary. As you can see in this video, I have 3 beautiful diamond firetails that I will be releasing. Now you're probably asking yourself, why 3 of them? Well, this is something that I've done for many years with birds that are hard to sex like the diamond firetails, the masquerade finches, owl finches, parrot finches, and so on. What I like to do is I like to release 3 to 4 birds into a cage, or in this case the outdoor aviary, with the hopes that there's at least one pair within the group. So I will watch them after I release them for a couple of hours, and I'll start to see how they interact with each other. And usually, if you've done a good job preparing these birds and conditioning them the right way prior to introducing them, it shouldn't be too difficult to notice little clues that they give you as to which are males and which are females. Now there are breeders that can visually sex these birds, but that's not 100% accurate all the time. In my opinion, the most accurate way is to DNA sex them, or to wait and see if your bird sings, as only the males will sing. Breeders that visually sex them will look at the bird's beak for color differences. They'll also look at the ring around the eyes, as males will tend to have a deeper red ring, the bird's overall size, and sometimes even the spots on the flanks. But usually these methods only work for birds that are in good breeding condition. So birds that are not in breeding condition will pretty much be identical. They're going to be very difficult to distinguish between the sexes. Now in a few we're going to see why it is that I like to do this method as far as adding 3 or 4 birds that are hard to sex together into the aviary to determine whether I can build a pair or not. Originally, I thought that I had 1 male and 2 females. The bird sitting here in front of us eating off of the ground, I knew 100% that he was a male because during his quarantine, he was singing nonstop. Now the other 2 birds, like the one that flew into frame right now, is a 2019 closed-banded bird, and the one all the way in the back is 2018 closed-banded. I was not sure about these 2, but I thought that they were females because neither of them would sing during the time in quarantine. So I was hoping that by throwing them in the aviary, I would let this male right here choose his mate, or one of the females would be able to choose him, and I would have a pair. Sometimes they can be a little bit tricky and they can be picky at picking their mates, so I wanted them to choose. And here's where I started to realize that maybe I had 2 males and 1 female instead of the other way around. After a few minutes of chasing each other around, I was able to finally confirm I had 2 males and 1 female instead of the other way around. The female, which we can see here in front of us, was born 2018. Now, I know she's a female because shortly after the chase, just off camera, she landed next to the male with no leg band, and he began to do his courtship display, after which they mated. Now, the other bird, which is a 2019 closed-banded bird, did not sing for me during the time I had him in quarantine, so I thought he was a female. But after watching him carefully for a few hours, I was able to notice that he is just a young male. Once I was able to confirm that I had a true pair with this male right here and the 2018 closed-banded female, I went ahead and removed the extra male, the younger 2019 closed-banded male, out of the aviary. Now I have separated him, and at least I now know that he is a male, so I'm able to go ahead and try and find a female for him so I can have an extra pair in the future. The diamond firetails color contrast perfectly with the greenery in the aviary. They're a delight to keep in any collection. They are bold little birds and can be quite pushy towards other species, especially during the breeding season. So if you plan on housing them with other birds in a mixed flight or aviary, make sure they have plenty of room to avoid any confrontations between the species. Once your pair has bonded, they will begin to build their nest. Make sure to add plenty of nesting materials, as they love to make huge nests and can destroy other bird nests in the aviary to take their nesting materials if you don't offer them plenty. Both males and females will collect materials for the nest. but males will do most of the building. After a few short days, this male has almost finished his nest, and the female is getting ready to lay. It is very important during this time to offer your females a variety of calcium, like cuttlebone and eggshells, to help her with egg laying, as diamonds can lay anywhere from 4 to 8 eggs. Okay guys, well this is going to be the end of another release video. I hope that my technique for finding pairs from birds that are harder to sex helped you with your birds to try to figure out and get true pairs. Shortly over the next few weeks, as the temperature gets hotter and hotter here, I will be releasing other species into the aviary like the masked grass finches, the owls, the parrot finches, and a few others. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the video. Like always, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay safe out there.